Hello, students. I'm here with my lazy kitty Marley to welcome you to week 3. I can't believe it's week 3 already. Time is going by so quickly already, and I love that we're digging into the course so well. You should have your feedback on all your week 1 work now. I do want to make sure that you can see the feedback that I gave you for each individual question in the week 1 quiz. So please let me know if you are not able to see that. I've enjoyed our conversations in the discussions. We've had some great discussions in terms of vocabulary, the creative ways that we invent words and use words in our language. And I really can't wait to see the projects from week 2. I'm really excited that you're doing some media work. This is really practical for the way our field is right now, so I look forward to grading those projects. This week we transition from talking less about vocabulary to talking more about sentences, phrases, sentence structure. So we get into grammar and syntax, and the reading in our textbook is really well done on this. I think the approach is excellent. I did want to encourage you to keep in mind how you can use this information. You do want to be careful as a writer. So as you're looking at things like sentence diagramming, which is very interesting, it's important, I think, for our field, members of our field, to know about how to sentence diagram and what these parts of speech are, the different types of clauses, things like that. This is going to be really helpful to you in your analysis, but I do want you to be careful. These things can help us as writers, but research shows that the study of grammar can also hinder our process if we're not careful. So what basically can happen is that as you start thinking about sentence diagramming, all these different types of phrases, the parts of speech, you can start to obsess about that a little bit, which can lead to problems generating ideas. And so you want to be really careful with that. This actually happened to me in grad school. I had never diagrammed a sentence before, and then I go to grad school, and of course, as an English major, you're going to diagram some sentences in grad school. And then I found as I was starting to write, I had a lot of trouble writing. I was not able to get my ideas down. I was obsessing about what kind of phrase I was using and if this word was this part of speech in this instance or another part of speech, and that can cause problems. So you want to be careful. You want to try to keep it separate. So be aware of the research on this issue so that it's not hindering you in any way. I think once I got past that and then I was able to get my ideas down and I wasn't letting the grammar instruction impact that drafting process, then it was much more useful. And of course, this discussion that we have this week of grammar and syntax is going to be critical as you dig into analysis and start to understand the language much more. In our textbook, we have some great additional readings at the end of the chapter, but I did want to recommend another book for those of you who are going to be writing teachers or who are already writing teachers, and it is this. It is Grammar in the Teaching of Writing by Ray Noguchi. He is a linguist in California who really builds on what we learn about in Chomsky's work, but he also connects it to research on writing instruction, issues of error, things like that. So if you're not going to be a writing teacher, this may not be a work that is worth exploring. However, if you are a writing teacher or are planning on it at some point in the future, please check that book out. It is a game changer. It's kind of a life changer to have this linguistic approach to writing instruction. It really did a lot for me as a writing teacher. So I hope you enjoy it. I think we're going to have a great week. We have wonderful reading in our chapter, a great discussion where we get to think about Yoda, which is really cool. You do, for that discussion, have to find video clips of your own to share. So that's going to be really interesting. What you want to do is think about movies or television shows you've seen where there could be some different structures that you would be interested in sharing. I was thinking of the movie Spanglish. I don't know if you've seen it. It's fantastic. fantastic. The main character, as she's learning English, uses some interesting structures, and I was like, oh, that might be one to check out. But things like that, find some clips, share it with us. Again, I love that we're working with media. I think this makes a lot of sense for our field, and of course, it's just a lot of fun. I look forward to another great week and in seeing your journals responses for this week. So have a great week, and I'll see you in the discussions.